Hello, my name is Marta and I'm a software developer. I graduated in 2008 and since then I've been professionally programming in Java, JavaScript and Python for several companies in Spain and the UK. I'm really pleased to introduce you to my first class, Python for Beginners. If you ever wonder what a program is or how you could create one, this class is for you. By the end of this course, you will know the basic concepts of programming and you will create your first guessing game. I hope you can take some time and expand your professional knowledge. What is a programming language? It's a vocabulary and set of grammatical rules for instructing a computer to perform a specific task. Programming language usually refer to high-level languages like Python. Next question is, what is Python? It's a general-purpose programming language which can be used for a wide variety of applications. Good language for beginners because of its readability. Currently increasing in popularity, in June 2017, Python was the most visited tag on Stack Overflow within high-income nations, with a 27 year-over-year growth rate, and using companies like YouTube, Dropbox, Google, Netflix, and many more. The first thing you need to do is install Python in your computer. It's pretty easy. All you need to do is open the official web and click on download. I highly recommend you install version 3. Download the installer and follow the wizard instructions. Once Python is installed, I will advise you to check it's correctly installed by running Python 3 version. Congratulations, you just installed Python. Now get ready to start programming. In this video, we will create a program that will display a message in the screen. There are different ways to use Python. We will start with the Python shell within idle. The Python shell provides you with a way to interact with Python. You can type test, press enter, and Python will execute the statement for you. To print a message, you can use the built-in tool print. These built-in tools are called functions. You will discover more about functions later. Let's pass Python our first statement. And press enter. Then your message will be displayed. In case you made a mistake, you will see the following. That's because the print keyword was not correct. Let's take a closer look at our statement. The print function, opening and closing parentheses, and a test in single or double quotes. Congratulations! You just gave Python some instructions and it executes them for you. You are on the right path. It's time to talk about variables. Variables are similar to buckets that help you to store data in memory and retrieve it easily. When referring to the bucket, we use friendly readable names. Those symbolic names are variables. In this case, our variable is message and our value is hello world. Let's create our first program and put variables in practice. Open idle and select File and New File from the idle menu. Let's create the program to display a message. In this case, we will use a variable named message to store hello world and then print it. Now select File and Save, and call it Hello World.py. The py bit at the end say to the program that this is a Python program. Let's execute your first program. Select Run and Run Module. This will run your program. Your first program. You are making great progress. Data types. The data types describe the kind of value a variable will store. There are three important types in Python: integer, which represent a whole number; float, which represent a floating number; and a string to represent text. If you would like to know the type of a variable, you can use the function type. Let's put this into practice. Open a new file in idle as we did in the previous lesson. Let's start by creating a variable named integer var that will contain an integer. Then we could create another variable named float var, which contains a float point number. And a variable with some text. Also, we could convert a float variable to a string by using the function str. Now let's print those variables. Let's execute it and see what happens. Select Run and Run Module. Awesome! Excellent work! You are on the right track now. Programs need to be able to make decisions. To make decisions, programs check if a certain condition is true or not. The possible answers are true or false. Here is an example. If you find a rock in the path, kick it. As programmers, we can create this logic by using the if statement. Here is another example. If two numbers are equal, then print numbers are equal. Otherwise, print numbers are not equal. You can create more complex conditions by using the operators and, or, and not. Let's put this into practice. We will write a program to check whether a number is negative, positive, or zero. First, we will create a variable num to store our number. Next, we will check if our number is positive, in other words, greater than 0. To do so, we will use the keyword if, then our condition, number greater than 0, and then we will use column, and then indentation, and we will print positive. If the number is negative, or less than 0, then we will print negative. Otherwise, we will print 0. Let's execute it. Since our number was 12, the program will print positive. If you like to practice if statements a bit more, please take a look at the proposed exercises in the class description. I will advise you to try the exercises yourself before checking the solution. Finally, congratulations! You are making great progress! Computer programs often repeat a set of instructions over and over. The number of times could be specified to a certain number, or it could be dictated by a condition being met. If you like to repeat same instruction a certain number of times, or loop over different items of a collection, you should use a for loop. Let's create a really simple program to print Hello World 5 times. First you write the keyword for. And then specify a variable which will represent a different value of the list in every iteration. And then write the code you want to repeat. In this case, print Hello World. Let's execute it. You could also write another program to loop through the letters inside of a string. Let's execute it. In the next video, we will do an exercise to practice for loops a bit more. Stay tuned! Let's write a program to print the multiplication table of number 3. I will advise you to pause the video here and try yourself. First, we will create a variable and assign it the value 3. Next, since we need to display a multiplication line for each number from 0 to 10, this suggests we should use a for loop. In each iteration, we will print our number, concatenated with an X, concatenate it with the multiplier, concatenate it with the equal symbol, and then the product of the two numbers. Since the type of none and multiplier is integer, we need to convert it to string to print it. Let's execute it. The program will display the multiplication of number 3. Great work! I would like to remind you to work on the exercises in the class description. This will help you to get more out of this tutorial. Previously, we talked about the for loop, which is used if you need to repeat a set of instructions for a certain number of times. Now, I will introduce you to the while loop. While loop is used when a program needs to loop until some condition is met, or in other words, until something happens. In every iteration, the program will check the condition, and if the condition is true, execute the instructions inside the loop. Please note, the code inside the loop is indented. Also, you should use the column to indicate the loop body has started, as you would do for a for loop or an if statement. Let's put this into practice. We will write a program to ask a number to the user until Q is entered. Here is the approach we will follow. First, request a number to the user. If the input entered is not equal to Q, then we will request another number. If the input entered is Q, the while execution will stop. Now we will translate this to code. First, we will request the number to the user and save it in the variable none. Next, add a while loop using the keyword while, and as a condition, while the number entered is different from Q. Then we will print the number and request another number and save it in the none variable again. Finally, we will print n to indicate our program finished executing. Let's execute this. The program requests a number from the user. I will enter 20. Since 20 is not equal to Q, the program will request another number. I will enter 3, and the same will happen again. Then I will enter Q, and the program will finish executing. Now it's time to practice what we learned about while loops. In this video, we are gonna practice while loop. We will use a multiplication exercise we did in a previous video, but we will implement it using a while loop instead of a for loop. I will advise you to pause the video here and try to resolve the exercise yourself. First, we will start on 0, so we will initialize the multiplier to 0. Then our condition will be while multiplier is less than 11. And then, in each iteration, we will increase the multiplier. Let's execute it. The multiplication table for number 3 was displayed. Great job! You're really close to the end. In next video we will see functions. Now that you know the main programming blocks, your programs are gonna get bigger and more complex quite quickly. You need a way to organize programs into smaller parts. Functions are a block of code that can be named and reused over and over. You will use the keyword def followed by the name of your function. Please note, the body of your function should be indented. Once you have defined the function, you have explained your computer how to do something. However, to actually perform the action, you need to call the function. Let's see an example. We will write a function called show 5 stars that will print a line with 5 stars. First, we will need to define our function using the keyword def followed by our function name, in this case, show 5 stars. In the function body, we will print the 5 stars. Let's execute it. As you can see, the program hasn't done anything. The reason is we defined the function, but we haven't called it. Let's go back and call the function and execute it again. Great! The 5 stars are displayed now. By now, you might be thinking, why does a function need parentheses? The reason is to pass arguments. An argument is a piece of information you give to a function. Arguments are also known as parameters. Let's see an example. We could define a function named area square with an argument side length, which will calculate the area of a square for a given side length and print it. This allows us to calculate the area for multiple side lengths. In this example, I used 10, but you could pass any other value. Let's move this code to idle and execute it to see the results. We will call our area square for value 10 and also for value 20. Let's execute it. For value 10, the result will be 200, and for the side length 20, the area will be 400. Amazing job! You are ready to implement a guessing game. Let's get started. Now it's time to implement our first guessing game. We will use functions, however, please note that you could also write this program without using functions. First, let's see an example of how the game is gonna work. The program will request we enter a number. I will enter 3 and press enter. Then the program will respond saying if the secret was greater or smaller, and then give me another chance. Up to 3 tries. If I run out of tries, it will display, as you can see, number not found. Otherwise, it will display congratulations. We will implement this game in 3 steps. First, we will pick a random number from 1 to 10. Then, create a play game function that will start a game and loop until we guess the number or run out of guesses, returning the number of tries needed in any case. And the last step will be creating a function that displays the results. Here are the steps to implement our playing game function. First, we will create a variable to keep the number of tries. Then, request a number to the user using the input function. Then, we will run a loop until we enter the correct number or reach the maximum number of tries. In every iteration, if the secret is greater than the number entered, the program will say secret greater, otherwise secret smaller. Then the program will request another number and increase the number of used tries. Let's see the code. This will be our function. In this case I call it play guessing game, and the parameters will be the secret number and the maximum number of tries. Then I will initialize the number of tries and request a number to the user. We'll create a while loop which will run until we enter the correct number or reach the maximum number of tries. In every iteration, it will check if the secret is greater or smaller, then request another number to the user and increase the number of tries. Here are the steps to implement the print result function. We will check if the number of used tries is less than the maximum. This means the user guessed the number without using all the tries, so we will print congratulations. Otherwise, the user used all the tries, so the program will print number not found. Here is our print result function, which will have 2 parameters, the number of used tries and the maximum tries. Check if the number of used tries is less than the maximum and then display congratulations, otherwise number not found. This is the final step where we put all the previous pieces together. First, pick our secret number using the random built-in library. Please note, you need to import the library first. Initialize the maximum number of tries. call our playGame function, which will return the number of tries when the user finishes playing, and then pass this number to our printResult function. This is the end of the course. You've done an amazing job, and I would like to thank you for following this tutorial. I hope you enjoy and you are excited about writing programs and you want to learn more. You could start by modifying the last exercise and also implement the proposed exercise in the class description. Also, please see the final section where I added some pointers about what you can learn next and more advanced topics. I hope to see you soon, and bye bye!